In terms of social issues, there are big problems on the doorstep, and I think it's actually really interesting that Newcastle have chosen to launch an Institute for Social Renewal, and I think it's really important, certainly at a grassroots level, that research informs practice, and then there's a rare opportunity, and quite an exciting opportunity, that we can have expertise filtering down through students and graduates, going out and actually improving some quite dire situations in some areas. I think it's well known that there's far less grant funding, there's far less kind of support, local authorities are having their budgets cut, and it's time for the kind of big society to step up, and we need to put some infrastructure in place for that to happen. Yeah, well, I actually trained at drama school originally and then came and did a master's here at Newcastle, and I kind of realised I didn't really want to go into I didn't really want to be an actor, didn't really want to go into business. What can I do? And I kind of thought, well, I want to kind of improve my local community. And Newcastle's a fantastic cultural city, we have major cultural places here, but it's very Newcastle centric. If you actually go out of the regions, for people who might not be as mobile, young people who might get put off by high travel prices, how are they reaching this? We need to kind of localise the arts, we need to localise the creative industries, we need to find sustainable ways of engagement. So I kind of thought, well, what can we do? And I went, what's invasive? What isn't invasive? Film. I genuinely believe that you can take part in film just by watching. You can take part in film by making. You can take part in film by learning. And it's up to you as a participant as to stagger where you want to be involved in that process. And I thought, oh, what a cinema. These do a cinema. That'd be quite nice. And I just kind of think, wow, I didn't quite realise how big a project this would be, but for that reason it's quite exciting. And the plan is to take over an empty retail unit, which, let's face it, there are plenty of at the moment. One of the advantages of the financial crisis and the credit crunch is there's a lot of empty commercial property. And the plan is to take that over and convert it into a small 40-seater community cinema venue, running film education workshops with a small gallery in there, and trying to kind of galvanise a critical mass of kind of artists and practitioners in the area that are a little bit all over the place. And yeah, I'll go with that. I would say get money to people on the grassroots, on the actual ground doing it, would be a big one for me. I think quite a lot of funding that is there, it might be going in many of the wrong places, certainly in terms of administration, deciding on things, and make it easier. A lot of people who actually want to help their communities are from those communities. Some grant bids and some forms to actually fill in are pretty arduous. Like, even the more simple ones, some of them you're looking at like 10, 15 pages, and by the time you've done 2 or 3, whew, you don't really want to be doing it much more. Yeah, but also put in the infrastructure to make it happen, build a network. Like, it's kind of hard when you're doing it by yourself. If you've got people to talk to, it makes it a lot easier. As a region, we need more mentors, of people who've actually kind of been there, done it, but also at different stages as well. There's something really valuable in a young person speaking to another young person who's gone through the same process. There's a value there as there is speaking to someone who's got 20 years business experience.